Welcome back. In our previous video, we covered the first layer. We did a wash across the first layer. And we also put in a few textures indicating hair. And we added a little bit of darkness. But in this video, we're going to cover softening edges. We're going to add some more depth. And I'm going to cover what I call my technique. I don't know if anybody else has done it, but I've taken a round brush and I've turned it into a fan brush. And I don't damage the brush, but you'll have to watch to see what I do. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back, and for a second layer, we're going to come in here. And we're going to wet each area that we want to paint. And we're going to maximize our darks here. So we're going to lay in a little bit of dark. And here we're not going to cover everything. We're going to leave some of the light showing. That was a nice little flip there. And here I didn't wet first because I'm just going to soften the edge. And here as well, because I want that gradation coming up along the edge right here. So notice how when you soften the edge, how it just kind of gradates, creates a nice gradation right up the edge. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bonk the camera. So you just keep on layering. As long as your paper has a little bit of moisture. You can just keep on layering. Thought I rinsed that off. I did not. My bad. So as you can see, you're just laying layers down. And then you come in and do a little bit of color lifting. You want to keep this really light, little roll here. Okay, so here's a little technique that I have devised where I take my round brush and I turn it into a fan brush by pinching it right here at the tip, right at the tip of the ferrule. Something like this. So I pinch it right here. This doesn't hurt the brush, and every time you pinch it, it creates different. Unlike your fan brush, which, where's my fan brush? I don't know where my fan brush is right now. Where's my fan brush? Unlike a fan brush, your fan brush, everything's the same all the time. Every time you dip it in water, every time you use it, it's the same. Every stroke, every time you use it, it's the exact same, the same. But with the way I do this, every time I pinch it, it's different. Okay. So by doing this, I end up with different strokes in my hair. So it's never the same. I don't end up with duplication at all. So it creates unique strokes. There's no duplication. And it creates little hairs. And you don't need many. Because too many is overkill, really. You just want to make it believable. And then what I do is I come in with a softer brush, like I use my silver black velvet, I wet it, and then I just dab on top of what I've just done. So I kind of soften out and blur out my lines. So they blur and blend. And look more natural that way. Now this is still too uniform for me. It doesn't look like Buddy's roll. He's got an interesting roll. This is the dog I used to have. He's no longer with us. He's waiting for us at Rainbow Bridge. So, see, there's my punch. Now I'm going to come in here and add some more of these little hairs. But I use the fan brush as well. But I like to do this because it just creates a unique stroke that can never be duplicated, basically. And animals are unique. So when you want something that's unique and special and cannot be duplicated, what better way to do it, right? God makes animals unique. There's a reason. So I put a unique flair by doing this. That one went a little harsh. We'll just dab that baby out of there. There. I think that tells me my watercolor paper is starting to dry. And we're going to have to stop this and wait. For the next. See, this should be, I shouldn't have done that right there. We'll just get that out of there. Okay. So I had a little bit of a mistake, but that's okay. We can make little mistakes and we'll correct them on the next layer. That's how we learn. But he's looking pretty good there.